This is the G&G SMC-9, my CQB airsoft gun of choice. Now, although this is a review video, I won't be shooting the gun at a range, chronoing, or testing out the green gas magazine. Instead, I'll be breaking down the key features of this neat little guy, and I'll be talking about the things I like about the SMC-9, as well as some things I don't quite like. The SMC-9 isn't based on any real steel counterpart, so it's a completely unique design made by G&G, sporting MLOK slots all around the handguard and a picatinny rail from front to back along the top. The compact size of the SMC-9 really isn't an issue. I mean, if you have to choose between this or an MP7, this SMC-9 technically has more rail space. This is especially important for me since I'm mounting 2 cameras and 2 battery banks for recording. The cool thing about the SMC-9 is that it's not just another pistol inside of a pistol carbine kit. The entire upper of the SMC-9 is put together with 2 things in mind: better performance than a pistol, and the ability to perform as a primary. With an impressive little hop up and a longer barrel, this is no longer just a side piece. As you can see, there's a little latch here that unhooks the bottom half of the GTP-9 pistol. The entire top half is a redesigned platform that only uses the GTP-9 for its trigger, safety, slide catch, and mag release. Or in other words, the entire bottom half of a GTP-9 pistol. Speaking of mag release, the placement of the SMC-9's mag release is interesting. There's a very small ambidextrous mag release paddle on either side of the trigger guard. Push it down, the mag slides out. And no, it doesn't get in the way of my trigger finger. Very clever placement for a mag release. Since we're on the topic of buttons and triggers, the button for happy mode is in the back, right next to the SMC-9 label. Press in on the left side for happy mode and press in on the right side to turn happy mode off. When it comes to actually firing this guy, it's got some kick. This is my first gas blowback primary, and yeah, this is my most enjoyable airsoft gun to fire, simply because it has recoil. And yes, I know I HPA tapped my gas blowback SMC-9, but I do get to keep my recoil without dealing with leaky mags. To each their own. The SMC-9 also has an ambidextrous charging handle at the front. You'll slide this back when you put your mag in. It's quite satisfying as you can hear all the metal parts sliding back and then forward again, primed and ready to go. Let's talk about that hop-up adjustment. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about it. First off, it's located at the end of your barrel, which means you're going to have to take off whatever aftermarket flash hider or suppressor you put on in order to use the adjustment tool. You slide it in and just twist left or right to remove or increase hop. I believe this is a design limitation more than it is a design flaw. Something to note, I did have an issue putting my thread adapter on for my tracer unit. As I threaded the adapter on, which downsized the threads to accept the tracer, it would bump into the spinning hop-up mechanism at the end of the outer barrel. This put unnecessary pressure on the hop-up and all of my shots had extreme hop. So I had to essentially put something in between the outer barrel and the thread adapter, pushing the thread adapter forward a bit so it wouldn't touch the hop-up mechanism. No biggie, easy fix. Now, I want to show you guys one of the most unique things about the SMC-9, and that's the dual-sided dust covers. Like 2 little wings, you can flip them both up if you wish, and have this little peephole thing going on. It's also pretty cool when the gun is firing. You can see the upper sliding back and forth. Just don't shove your finger in there, or anything else for that matter. The dust covers aren't made of metal, so there is a slight concern they would snap off if you were to just drop the gun or something. Maybe just don't drop your gun. If slings are your thing, you got a fixed sling mount in the back and a movable sling mount in the front, which can be transferred to either side of the gun. Equipped with a folding stock which doesn't get in the way of the trigger, you can turn extremely tight corners in CQB with this guy. almost comparable to a pistol. By the way, the folding stock is held in place with a very strong magnet. Very impressive. Magnets are cool. That's like some nifty wizardry shit going on. Now, if folding the stock for easier maneuverability through corners isn't quite your thing, the folding stock also makes transportation or storage a little easier. Now, personally, I didn't think I'd enjoy having a non-adjustable stock, but it's actually the perfect length for me. With a raised optic, I really don't mind that the stock is the same height as the top rail of the gun either. Speaking of optics, I found a nice, cheap little red and green dot 3x magnified scope. The brand is Firewolf and I grabbed it off eBay. Great eye relief. Even works without batteries. And of course, let's end this little showcase with the HPA conversion I did to my SMC-9. I'm not a fan of green gas. I've just had too much bad luck with leaky mags and whatnot. So I grabbed the AirTac HPA adapter, which fits on the Tokyo Marui 400 round MP5 drum mag. The top side of the adapter then slots into a GTP9 23 round magazine. I run this bad boy at about 40 PSI and I get about 70 shots or more before needing to rewind the drum. And look, can we just take a moment and really appreciate how the drum mag just turns this compact, loud SMG into a compact, loud, and terrifying SMG. I love my SMC-9, and yes, I have much more playtime to be had with it. So far, I feel very nimble with it in my hands, and I'm enjoying every shot I put through it. I think this little guy is going to be perfect for all of my indoor or CQB airsoft needs. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this little SMC-9 showcase. If you have an SMC-9, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Or, what's your CQB weapon of choice? Take care, guys. See you soon.